round 2. We've got a nice keep here. Necropod's kind of the odd man out of this hand, but we do have Captive into Howler or Mysteries on turn 3, so that's at worst. Alright. Opponent's keeping a 7 on the play, and we are good to go. Would love to get Shrill Howler online alongside our Wolfkin Bond this game. That would be pretty slick. Alright. Thraben Inspector. Hey, there's our Wolfkin Bond. Speak of the devil. So this time, unlike the first game where I said I was in a hurry to do it, I think I am going to pretty hurriedly get on that Uvenwald Mysteries train here. So it looks like Root Out is coming in. True Face Sensor is quite the card. We do have a Spontaneous Mutation, but not quite there yet. Well, land's a good draw. So we can do the Shrill Howler, but we want the Mysteries first. Mysteries seems like the priority here. Because that way I can offer the trade with the Howler next turn. Or possibly even play a Watcher in the Web, which goes into a combat trick, but at least nets us some value out of it. Alright, Survivalist. There's a Cultist. So Howler can trade with the Inspector, but he can re-equip to this now in Bash, so maybe we just play Cultist now. Alright. Let's block here. Basically just trying to draw a card, buy some time here. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we can play the Nebelgast Herald. Plus the mutation. Is that the best play I have? My other play is Survivalist, but if he has any combat trick in his remaining 2 cards, we're in some trouble. Herald basically just lets me tap something down. It's a temporary answer. I'd love it if I could play Herald plus Crack a Clue. That way I could at least double block the Survivalist or something. If I probably just have to play Survivalist and offer a trade here. I feel like I'm kind of at the point where I just need to play the dude that can block any of his guys. Okay, I'm definitely willing to take a hit from Faith Bearer. It's kind of unfortunate we're missing the lands here, because now he's definitely going to be in a bigger hurry to just to swing with everything, which makes sense. If we were making land drops every turn, he wouldn't be as tempted to do this, but the temptation is real, and it makes sense. I mean, at least we have the mutation now, which buys us a wee bit of time, but we are very close to out of time here. Still missed the land drop, unfortunately. So I guess we have to go Nebelgast Herald plus Spontaneous Mutation. which is unideal, to say the least. The question is, I guess we... I still think we're... This is kind of tough, actually. Do I play the... I think I'm going to have to play the mutation on the Paladin. Like, I can do it on the Dawn Gryph. Maybe that does make more sense. I think I need to just make the trade, though. And do it on the Faithbearer Paladin. Well, is that better? Like, if I do it on the Dawn Gryph, I lose the spontaneous mutation, but I'm left with a blocker. I'm left with some chumpers on the ground, too. With the... Yeah. But if I draw a land and I play a mutation on this, I can play the Watcher to block this and this. So I think it actually is better to do this. All right. All right. I mean, yeah, we're in pretty big trouble here. Need to draw a land pretty desperately. All right, so we got the land, so we can play the Watcher, which will buy us one turn. My only other option is cracking clues. I mean, I guess one positive aspect is I'm going to be able to kill a Hamlet captain and block all of his guys and weaken his Paladin even more, or kill the Inspector if he re-equips. All right, I guess that's all we got. My other option was, what, crack a couple clues, but I don't think that's good enough. I mean, Prey Upon and Rabid Bite don't get him out of this, which is nice. I imagine he wants to... Oh, he doesn't actually want to re-equip. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, we're definitely double blocking. I'm not going to get killed by a combat trick here. Not interested in that. So, yeah, we want the Inspector first. That's curious. So now is he going to Rabid Bite? That was an odd choice. All right, so we can play, now we can play double layer of Watcher in the Web in case he has an answer for the first one, but we can also start cracking clues, which is appealing. I can crack all 3 clues. It might just be in our best interest to do that, get 3 bodies on the ground. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We can, I guess, do it now too, actually. Because we might actually draw something we want to play here. All right, there's some lands. So next turn I can flip my captive. Okay, so I think the block is preserve this guy, double block the captain, and block the constrictor. This way we kill the captain or he has to use a combat trick. Our Watcher lives for future blocks. Okay, so he's going to kill our Watcher. but we're going to kill his Hamlet Captain, which is okay with me. We have another Watcher in the Web. We get to investigate again. So that does mean we can crack another clue as well as play the Watcher in the Web. So we should be okay here. Let's crack the clue first again, I guess. Here's a Primal Druid. Alright, let's play the Watcher. It's got one card left in hand. Noose Constrictors, jeez. It's a lot of them. So putting the Wolfkin Bond on the Watcher in the Web should be pretty beneficial. Oh, I see. He's attacking with the Paladin to gain the life, which makes sense. Sure. Alright. So now we have 8 mana. Ooh. So we've got some options here. I guess we can do Wolfkin Bond on the Watcher, which keeps it relatively safe. We can also play... We can leave up Mutation, but I think we're actually going to play the Shrill Howler. I can actually flip it at some point next turn, too. Okay, still okay here. Okay, so he has no cards in hand. We seem pretty safe now. So that means he can't even block our Shrill Howler, which means at this point we're in amazing shape. So let's play a land. Let's flip our Howler. We're going to swing with it. He can't block it. We spit out a guy. Follow up with Primal Druid, leave up Mutation. Alright, so we can block the Howling Chorus now. But we can Mutation the Constrictor to get in again. But at this point, we might as well just fork in the road, get our black mana, dump a green, play black mana, play Necropod. And I think we still swing with Chorus because he has to discard for his Constrictor to not die. Oh, this actually works quite nicely for us. So we go like this. Mutation the equipped one. Kill that. And now he can't block it anymore. And we're going to be smashing with a Necropod as well. Oh, well, I guess that's one way to lose. Let's see here. I might still have enough to... I probably do, actually. Surprisingly. So I have to block both of his flyers with the Watcher. The thing is, like, I'm actually okay here. Oddly, I'm okay here. That's surprising. So the Watcher's just going to block the 2 flyers because we have to. And then, let's see. I can put 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see here. This thing can block like this. So 2, 5, 6, 7. We put all of these in front of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that should kill the Decimator. It turns back into a 5/5 next turn, but I think we still have enough stuff to win here. So let's just do this. I mean, not to mention we're going to be able to just draw a bunch of cards and stuff. Not taking any damage, killing his board. Guess he should have considered re-equipping the True Faith sensor. It doesn't matter how those are doing that. So let's make sure we sack a land here. Kill all those things. Investigate. Untap. Draw. Let's crack a clue. And I didn't sack the Primal Druid to the Necropod because we would have taken some trample damage, I believe. Even if we don't, I'd rather have the body than excess lands at the moment. Alright. Opponent's decided can't win, so... Opponent's deck looks very good. Very beatdownish. Decimator is going to be a problem, of course. That guy is one of those bomby rares that are going to be difficult to deal with. So we're going to bring in the Root out as well. It's not very good against the Vessel unless he's not left 3 mana up. But it's going to be pretty important against the True Faith Sensor. All in all, he played some really good cards. Survivalist, multiple Noose Constrictors. Faithbearer Paladin's good. I think Vessel actually got better with Eldritch Moon. Swift Spinner's something I'm going to have to be conscious of. Decimator, of course, is just going to win the game. Hamlet Captain. So all the cards we see from our opponent are pretty good. We're going to bring in the Root out, like I said. All we saw for flyers were tokens. That's not worth it. What do we want to cut for the Root out? Certainly not the mutations. They were excellent that game. They were everything we needed them to be. We could hack maybe a Graph Mole. Although this blocks his True Faith Paladin. Doesn't do anything really against the Survivalist. But it also blocks an equipped Inspector. It's pretty good. Other option is maybe cutting the Bloodbriar, though. So I guess the worst creature in my deck is probably the Graph Mole. I still like the Wolfkin Bond. It's just an important card because it really affects, just makes your biggest guy even bigger. And we didn't see any removal from my opponent. We just saw combat tricks. So I feel as though cutting the Graph Mole is probably in our best interest. It kind of feels wrong bringing in a card that lets us investigate and cutting a card that rewards us for investigating or cracking the clues, I should say. But I feel like Bloodbriar has some more potential in this deck. Is that even true? I have a couple Emerge and the Mysteries. So would I rather have something that grows a lot from the Mysteries or gains us a bunch of life from the Mysteries? You know, maybe the Bloodbriar is the one that has to go then. Just thinking about that, I guess I would rather gain life in a match like this where well, we don't have the inevitability though, do we? Because we have to beat Decimator. So stalled board states aren't the greatest for us. But I guess would rather gain, well, it's complicated. It is complicated. Both of those creatures seem so fantastic for us. I mean, maybe I can cut the Bond. I really don't love it. Especially how good Bond looked there on a Watcher in the Web. It's just such good protection. Especially against a deck that just showed us no removal. I think we're cutting the Graph Mole. I don't know if this is right. That's a tough choice. Our deck is such that it's really difficult to make any sort of change. All right, this is a good hand, actually. We get to go captive, and even if we miss our land drop, we've got our black mana off of the fork in the road. Well, now we get to go captive into Shrill Howler, which is not too shabby. All right. Hamlet, Captaino. So we can fork the road next turn. It guarantees we can play our Watcher on turn 4, as long as our captive doesn't die, I should say. Or we can play the Shrill Howler, which I don't really want to trade for a Hamlet Captain. Okay, Vessel of Ephemera. Well, it's kind of setting us up for a better Watcher in the web play. Well, that's something. So if I fork in the road, I don't have any 2-drop follow-up. I think fork in the road seems like it's the best. Like I said, it guarantees us Watcher in the web next turn. It doesn't make the best use of mana this turn, though. If I play the land now and I play the Shrill Howler, next turn I can play Fork in the Road and Ulvenwald Mysteries, or I can play Watcher in the Web if I draw a land. So just for that reason, it feels like maybe the best use of mana, but getting those Watchers down now just seems so important. So let's just play Fork. I guess we'll dump a green mana here. So we'll play this. We'll pass. And we potentially even get Necropod if we draw another land. We get to go Watcher into Necropod, and Necropod just makes quick work of people. Just puts people away. Like I said, Watchers are just... Watchers have always been pretty good. They're a pretty excellent card in decks like this. Like, not every deck necessarily wants a Watcher in the Web. Obviously, if you're a beatdown deck, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have a 5-mana, 2/5 reach. But in a deck like this that just has so much late game going for it and not much removal, you really can't ask for better than something that just buys you an extra turn, you know? Being able to block 8 creatures is pretty absurd. All right, looks like he's going to crack the Vessel, which is good news for us. So let's just smash down a Watcher now. I'm trying to remember how much Decimator costs to emerge. He might be able to emerge it this turn off the Swift Spinner. I feel like he can. So the question is, of course, do I want to block both? I think we're just blocking the Hamlet Captain. That plays around a combat trick pretty effectively. And I mean, he has to play one or his captain dies too. Oh, well, that didn't work as well as I would have liked. All right, what do we got? So we can play the Necropod now. I think that's probably what we want. Like at this point, I'm willing to sack a land to start killing his guys. We have another Watcher next turn, and we can start beating. All right. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Maybe we just go Geist, Ulvenwald Mysteries here. No, he's going to have Vessel online, so I guess it makes more sense to play the second Watcher. I wish we could make better use of mana. We really can't, though, can we? I mean, I can also flip my Captive, which gives me access to 8 mana next turn. But that's still not enough to do everything I want to do. It lets us play a Watcher and... But he's going to crack the Vessel here, so I think it makes sense to just get our second Watcher online. I can attack with the Necropod and sack a land, and I can still play 2/3 drops next turn and get in for 7 points of damage, but I guess it just makes more sense to play the Watcher and pass. He only has 1 card left, and if it's the Decimator, we really do have to prevent as much damage as we possibly can. I mean, the Necropod at least keeps dudes at bay. But we are like a Decimator away from getting decimated. All right, Constrictor. Okay. Stalled board states are kind of our enemy, but all right. So we have 7 mana here. So we can play a 4-drop plus a 3-drop. So we can go Geist of the Archives plus Survivalist, which I think makes sense. Start getting our Scry on because... And it offers more toughness than a Mysteries would at the moment. We're not in a big rush to get Mysteries online anyway because at the moment we've got kind of bigger priorities. Just making sure we have a lot of toughness on the ground here. Okay, Briarbridge Patrol, fine. He's getting more bodies, which is worrisome. But we might be able to start swinging with our Mysteries pretty shortly here. So I guess we can start bottoming lands. I mean, at this point, I think we're just gonna die if he top decks the Duder. So let's just try and not let him get the Duder online. We can swing with let's see here. Let's go Mysteries first. And then we'll swing with, I think, just Necropod. So I guess we can sack a Swamp. Kind of indicates to him it's our only black splash card, but... Like, I don't think I have the means to play around his Emerge guy. We're just going to die to that, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we're certainly dead to it now, but if I don't push the pace on attacks, I think we're just going to lose to that guy. I mean, each turn that ticks by is closer to the inevitability of losing to that. Ooh, Veteran Cathar plus double strike here, so something we're going to have to certainly worry about. But I still don't think he has fantastic blocks for Necropod. Bottom that. Mutation would be good. There you go. Ask, ye shall receive. So we're just a card type away from Delirium value here. Let's go ahead and swing with, I guess, just the Necropod again. Gonna have to sack another land, I guess, but I think with the mutation here we should be. okay. I mean, getting dudes off the table is what we want right now. And getting our delirium online is pretty essential. So let's mutation this guy. And he's also not going to be able to draw cards, right? Yeah, that's sweet. All right. So we get delirium. So we can really start smashing with survivalists now too. Currently he can't block our Shrill Howler either, which is nice. Ooh, Lurker, nice. All right, let's put that on top. So we can even dump the Hamlet. Well, let's just dump the... Guess we can lose the Howler. Although Howler can't be blocked, so maybe just the Geist. We don't need it anymore. And let's dump the Cathar. So you can pay the 4 mana and give double strike now. I don't think that really matters. He doesn't even do it. All right. So let's swing with... Certainly threatens lethal. If I do... I think we do Shrill Howler too. It's going to force some blocks. Guess we can sack. Do we have double blue or... No. Alright, sack a blue. We're low on lands, I admit. But we know he's not going to draw the bomb thing that he needs to win next turn, right? Borrowed Grace. All right. I mean, it's going to help him, but not as much as that card would have helped him offensively. I mean, the most important thing is we're getting value here. We're getting dudes off the board. Huh. So do I kill the Swift Spinner or the Constrictor? That's interesting. This is getting buffed because he's blocking with the Captain. But he doesn't have cards left in his hand, so I probably just kill the Captain. Yeah, we want to get rid of all his humans because he's going to be drawing Veteran Cathar. Well, he's going to take 12? That doesn't seem like a good plan. Anything he kills turns into cards as well. We're just going to kill his humans. That's the bottom line. I'll pause it while he decides blocks. Oh, he's still deciding. Alright, looks like he's doing this. So, we'll kill the Swift Spinner over the Spirit, I guess. That seems fine. And we'll kill the Hamlet Captain, and we'll kill the Woodland Patrol. Okay. All of these things are fine. All right. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape. We know what he's drawing. We're still going to be smashing next turn. We're getting all sorts of bodies off his board. We've sacrificed 4 lands at this point, which is just insane. Or is it 3? I don't know. All I know is Necropod did its job. So, and we drew a timely spontaneous mutation. I asked and I received, so that was sweet. That worked really well for us and kept our Necropod alive on an important turn. So, very good. I'm glad our opponent did not see Mr. Bomberino. My army is huge. So, all right, we'll see you in the finals.